Hi, welcome to our channel. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, you may have asked yourself, why do humans look so different all over the world? And what's more, why does everyone in my country look pretty much the same, but people in other countries look so different? It seems like we must be related, since we're all anatomically modern humans of the species Homo sapiens. So why aren't we all more similar? When we think about how humans evolved into the modern species we are today, we tend to picture our ancestors living in Africa and gradually spreading across the globe, evolving as they go. But there's another way of looking at it. The world changed as humans spread across it. Our ancestors didn't just evolve into us once and then stay that way. Evolution is still happening. We just don't usually notice because it happens over such a long time scale. But a new study published today in the journal PNAS has shown that even in the last 10,000 years after humans left Africa and migrated around the world, each population has continued to evolve and adapt to their local environment. What's more, the researchers found, kind of surprisingly, that urban environments might be the strongest influence on how quickly a population evolves. So first, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say the giraffe on the savannah. If humans are continuing to evolve, that means evolution is not over, which runs counter to the idea of an immutable ladder of progress. This view is sometimes referred to as teleological thinking, which comes from the Greek word telos, meaning end or goal. In this worldview, things develop with a purpose in mind and move toward some final state of perfection. And the classic example of this is the idea of progress. We as humans are progressive creatures who make advancements and get better and better until we reach the pinnacle of human civilization, which for many people looks something like the current state of Western society. The problem is that things don't always work out this way. One major flaw in this line of thinking is that it ignores the fact that the future is unpredetermined, and there is no guarantee that we will continue making progress in any particular direction. Progress is not inevitable. Another problem with a teleological view is that it can create a false dichotomy between humans and other animals. Because we believe that we're progressing toward some greater good, we might see ourselves as separate from nature and somehow above the rest of the animal kingdom. This is why it's so easy to overlook the fact that we are animals too and subject to the same forces that shape all other life on Earth. So why do we find it so hard to accept that humans are still evolving? One reason is that we tend to think of evolution as something that happened in the distant past. When we hear the word evolution, we might think of dinosaurs or pictures of apes holding hands walking out of the water onto land. But evolution is not something that only happened to other animals a very long time ago. Evolution is still happening to every species on Earth, including humans. And a new paper published today in the journal PNAS provides evidence that humans have been evolving rapidly since ancient times. Specifically, in the last 10,000 years after humans left Africa and spread across the world. Before we talk about these changes though, we need to explain where all of this genetic data came from. This study was conducted by an international team of researchers led by scientists at the University of Copenhagen. The team collected genetic data from over 2,400 individuals representing 26 global populations. They also looked at archaeological and paleontological evidence from sites across the globe, all dated to within the last 10,000 years. The results of this study were pretty surprising. First of all, the team found that humans did not evolve into modern Homo sapiens in Africa and then remain static until now. Instead, they discovered that the process of becoming anatomically modern happened gradually over thousands of years, and that modern humans continue to evolve today. Secondly, they found that the differences between populations have increased since ancient times. This suggests that populations are diverging genetically, which could lead to different traits and potentially new species in the future. But perhaps the most interesting part of this study was that urban environments seem to be the strongest influence on how quickly a population evolves. In other words, cities may be the driving force behind human evolution moving forward. This makes sense if you think about it. Cities are basically laboratories for evolution. They provide novel conditions and challenges that force species to adapt in order to survive. For example, humans living in cities today face new problems like air pollution, noise, and crowding. These are very different from the problems our ancestors faced in rural environments, like finding enough food to eat and staying safe from predators. As a result, humans living in cities have evolved to deal with these new problems in ways that humans living in rural areas have not. In the paper, the authors wrote, "We show that human evolution is not a relic of the past, but rather continues to shape us today, highlighting the remarkable capacity of our species to adapt and evolve in response to environmental change." They went on to say, "Our findings suggest that recent migration and rapid urbanization, especially in Asia, have driven rapid human evolution, leading to the emergence of new phenotypes that may help us cope with the challenges of living in highly dense urban environments." To be clear, this is not the first study to suggest that humans are still evolving. In 2008, for example, a study found that humans have been evolving faster than any other mammal on the planet. But this new paper adds to the body of evidence and paints a clearer picture of how humans are evolving today. What's more, this study found that the rate of evolution varies between populations and that it's been influenced by things like migration and urbanization. So why is this important? Well, for one thing, it shows that we're not done evolving, and that we will continue to change as the world around us changes. It also highlights the importance of studying human evolution. By understanding how humans have evolved in the past, we can better understand how we will evolve in the future. This knowledge could help us prepare for the challenges that lie ahead and also appreciate our place in the natural world. As the authors concluded in their paper, our study underscores the remarkable capacity of our species to adapt and evolve in response to environmental change, offering a glimpse into the ongoing saga of human adaptation. If you enjoyed this episode, you can check out another episode we did on human evolution, where we talked about the evidence for humans evolving in Africa. You can also check out our support page if you'd like to help us make videos like these. And as always, thank you for watching.